What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Ajax Reviews. Today we review Brainscan. Directed by John Flynn. A teenager is part of an interactive video game where he kills innocent victims. Later, the murders become real.
Brainscan, the ultimate experience in interactive terror.
Brainscan. Man, back in 1995, this movie was a regular weekend rental for me. This happened to be one of my favorite non-slasher movies, but then it's kind of slasher. But it's not. It is and it isn't. It became one of the favorite movies for me to watch on the weekends with my friends. You know, whether they're over at my house and we're bullshitting watching movies or I go to their house and we're watching movies. It was always Brainscan every weekend. This movie was just fun, man. Of course, I haven't seen it in quite a few years, but I remember this movie just being fun, having a cool soundtrack. It was back in like the early 90s, so like metal was kind of dying and grunge was kind of coming, and I was a fan of both of them. And I mean, the music was good, and if I remember right, the effects were cool. And I mean, Trickster. The Trickster, man. So, let's see what I thought of this movie decades after the last time I've watched it.
My name is Trickster.
So, not very many movies in the mid-90s were relatable for me. In 1994, I was pretty much an adult. I was 19 years old, and I was way into slasher flicks, and like there was no other movie you could get me to watch other than a slasher movie. Until I saw Brainscan. I was pleasantly surprised. I ended up relating to the character Michael, because I myself was also a huge horror nerd and a metal fan, just like he was. And this happened to be at a time where I didn't really analyze movies a whole lot. I wasn't always trying to figure out the mystery or solve the crime of who the killer was in these movies. Brainscan was well written and well acted, and the story was excellently executed. I mean, every piece of this movie fits snugly into what I would call a perfectly formed horror movie puzzle. And who could forget the fucking Trickster? Every time he was on the screen, he not only lightened the mood, but then he brought a sense of drama to the mood at the same time. It was fucking awesome. The way this movie kept building the drama and tension all the way up to the finale was just amazing. Movies don't do that anymore. The back and forth between Michael and the Trickster was fucking great. Like, it made this movie even more fun than it would have been without it.
Knock it off!
So you did it.
Personally, I fucking love this movie. It's one of my all-time favorites. I mean, I've seen this movie 20 to 30 times, and it's never gotten old. All the horror tones in this movie, all the memorabilia, all the fangorias, all the references. I mean, shit, you can't go wrong with that. And the ending to this movie is great. Like, the first time I saw it, I was kind of pissed at myself that I didn't figure this out. I mean, the ending is right in your face the whole fucking time. In my honest opinion, I think this is one of Edward Furlong's best performances. Possibly, arguably, even better than that in Terminator 2. So what did I like about this movie? Really, all of the horror references, whether it's the posters or just the horror themed things in Michael's room, or, you know, things that his friend Kyle had, everything horror was really cool, and it just showed that the filmmakers took some time and some care to put this shit in. And another thing that I liked, probably everybody's favorite, the Trickster. The Trickster was just awesome, man. He was amazing. Another thing I liked was the mixture of the horror and the heavy music. Most people, and this isn't all, but most people that are way into horror movies are also into heavy metal or heavy music, industrial or whatever. And that's kind of like, it's the best of both worlds, I guess you could say, is because we're outcast because we like horror, and we're outcast because we like heavy music when everybody else is into fucking dramas and fucking pop music. I really like the fact that they put both of the things that I'm into and both of the things that most of you are into in this movie. Another thing I really liked was the acting. The actors did a great job, man. The acting in this movie was top notch. Another thing was the story. Holy shit, man, that thing was amazeballs, you know? And the last thing is, while playing the game, it caused Michael's character to evolve in real life. Like, even in the game setting, his character was evolving, but when he finally woke up, he was like, "F this, I'm doing this, I'm going over here, I'm getting this girl," like, everything changed for him. So he evolved just in a matter of an hour or 45 minutes, however long it took him to play the game. Everything in his life changed. So then, what did I dislike about this movie? The main thing was the fact that in 1994, I didn't figure this movie out. I didn't really try, but at the same time, I didn't figure it out. Like, it was right there in front of your face the whole time. And the other thing that I didn't really like was the CG effects. Like, I know it's 1994, but damn, that was bad. So, in conclusion, would I recommend this movie? Absolutely yes. I mean, this movie delivers. If you love horror, it fucking delivers for you. I mean, this movie is fun. It has a lot of tension, a lot of drama, a lot of blood, a lot of gore, and the story delivers. So yes, I recommend this movie. Find it, borrow it, own it, download it, whatever you gotta do. Just watch this movie, man. It delivers on all fronts, and I guarantee you, you're gonna love it. So with that being said, I'm gonna give this movie a 4.5 out of 5. And that's gonna do it for me for today, guys. So remember, until next time, stay smart, stay clean, keep the dream. Don't let the man get you down, because if he does, he may cut off your foot, eat all your cookies, and then spy on your love interest next door. Because Trickster's a dick. And that doesn't make any sense, but I don't care. I really don't. But he is a dick.